Yeah, you know what it is. Welcome to the best coast. Yo, it's Bronze Age nerd with that collecting elite. Big B McFly steady bringing the vintage heat. Pull up a seat, we diving in the stacks. Silver to the bronze, got the knowledge on tap. From Kirby's Kings to the mutants, wow. We breaking it down in that laid back style. So grab your snacks, let the panels unfold. This is comic book chilling with the stories we told. Comic book vibes, we flipping them pages. Legends and lore from all the ages. Golden to the modern, we talk that news. With Big B McFly and the nerd cut loose. Yo, you tune into that Bronze Age flow, where comics live and legends grow. Big B McFly in the cut, let's fly. Best Coast, baby, comics are what saved me. Big, yeah. Baby, comics are what saved me.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Best Coast Comics. I'm one of your co-hosts, Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and I'm joined by my weekend booth mate over at Frankenstein Comic Swap and partner and my co-host, Big B McFly, the comic guy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, the right name this time.
I decided to get all formal on it. Why not? How's it going, man?
Good, man. I had a great time this weekend.
Yeah, we had a really good show. We'll definitely just kind of briefly mention that because we're going to talk about that later in the week on a separate video. This is our show, Best Coast Comics. If you haven't been watching the show before, hey, welcome in. We're going to be talking about some comic book news a little bit later on. We actually have a guest on this episode, though. We're going to be talking about a Kickstarter that's going on, and we're going to have Edward Lilley on the show. So that's going to be coming up here in just a couple minutes after we kind of give you all the notes and say hello to everybody in the chat. And then we'll be bringing him in and talking about a new comic book that you guys are going to want to check out. And all kinds of fun stuff after that. So stick around, leave that like in the show, and also keep in mind we are streaming on 3 different channels right now on YouTube and a couple other places. We're streaming on Big B McFly's channel over there, on my channel, that's a Bronze Age Nerd, and over on the EXP. Great YouTube channels. I highly recommend all of them. I mean, you know, especially Big B's channel. And so go check out all those channels. Links are in those descriptions down below. So definitely go check that out and definitely subscribe up so you can get all that great content from all of those awesome channels. And then if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you can catch the EXP on there as well as Twitch. So when it comes to having a guest on, we want to make sure we say hello to everybody in the chat first so we don't take away from talking to the guest by saying hello to everybody. We want to make sure we can do both. First up in the gold medal position, that's right, we rank the first 3 comments. Gold medal here, Hydra Asylum Comics, probably our producer Jay back there commenting as well. We love to see that. Thank you very much, Jay. And Hydra Asylum Comics is another channel I recommend checking out, and no Big B does too. Yep. GT Key Comic coming in with the silver medal. GT Key is usually first on just about every other channel, folks. Just keep that in mind. He's second here. That's how dedicated our fans are. And then with the bronze medal, this fire comment that relates to a post on my Instagram, Richard Westfall coming in saying, I know you don't like talking about negative stuff. That's right. We don't. We try to keep it positive here as much as we can because we want the positive side of comic books, or at least put the positive note on negative news, whatever we got to do. But he says, can we talk about the biggest controversy in comics? Are fanny packs back in fashion? And Richard, we are definitely going to address that one. I'm going to go ahead and save that comment off. We're going to address that when we get to the Frankenstein portion of the show a little bit later on. That's a great question. Everybody in the chat, think about that one for a second. And then we got Shigeyuki Kikita in the chat. This is Best Coast, y'all. Just the rest coast. We love it. Thanks, Shigeyuki. Chris started on the 33-point fourth quarter. You don't want to talk about my Broncos having the greatest fourth quarter comeback of all time. Starting the fourth quarter with 0 points and being down by 19 and winning 33-32. That's excellent. I mean, you could get me started on all night long. Preston's in. Preston is actually staying up late enough to watch this show, which I know is a commitment. I really appreciate that. And you had the advantage of liking and commenting while grabbing the links to share while you're on the Discord. Yeah, I mean, that's the secret. I wasn't going to say that. Tell Mr. Westfall that fanny packs were never in fashion. I was going to say hot take, but actually I think it's just kind of the correct take.
No, don't tell Cable that though, right?
Yeah, he wants all the pouches. He doesn't care where they come from. Sweet. Well, we appreciate everybody being here, watching live. If you're watching on the rewind, make sure and leave a comment down below to let us know you're watching on the rewind, because we'd love to hear about what you have to say about the show. And without further ado, I think we should introduce our guest, right? We should get him back in here and talk about this new comic book coming out. Awesome. So everybody, I want to welcome, you've seen him in the community art segment that we show towards the end of the show. Definitely a great artist that we can't wait to welcome to the show. Everybody, this is Edward Lilley. Hey, Edward, what's up?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, man. Got a Kickstarter up. I'm looking at you guys, and I'm like, man, I'm already entertained. Like I'm looking at the show, you know.
Nice. That's awesome. In fact, what I did here is I brought oh, that's a weird layout. Why is it all it's because I have my monitor. Ultra wide monitors in StreamYard do not mix, for the record. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit more normal format. We have your Kickstarter up, and by the way, there is a link in the description for this Kickstarter if you want to go follow along and just go check it out right now while I'm showing it on the website here. Yeah, so Edward is the creator. Is it Enoh? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Enoh.
Enoh, sweet. So first, I think we got to let the man himself tell us about the book.
Yeah. So this is something that has been with me for a while. I made it, or I finished making it in 2019. I published it. I self-published. I didn't do Kickstarter or anything like that. Mostly because I was terrified and comics were in a weird place then, and I was like, just found every excuse in the book not to do it. Years go by, things fall through, and I was like, listen, man, I owe myself a chance to put this book out. So it's a 35 page story, 40-page book altogether, totally finished, 100% done. I'm just doing some minor cleanups right now. And it's pretty much a story about this kid, Enoh, who is lost in the desert, and it's pretty much a hero's journey. This is a classic ancient tale of perseverance, trusting yourself, overcoming circumstances, and it was inspired by me having type 1 diabetes and kind of having to rectify that. So yeah, it's a very personal story. It's not a whole lot of bang bang shoot 'em up, hack and slash 'em. Not yet. I definitely want to get to that stuff, but I had to get this out of my system.
Yeah, for sure, man. Oh, that's
I
awesome.
love your artwork, though, man. It looks great.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I know either Jay or Big B, I can't tell who just posted the link into the chat. So if you guys want to not have to click down in the description and try to copy and paste the link or whatever, you can just follow along with that as well. And check it out, because I'm going to be kind of scrolling through it. But if you want to go to the page, you can just go yourself and check it out. It's also posted up in my Discord server if you're part of that as well. Yeah, this is one of the pages I think we showed off in our community art segment. That's so great, dude. I love the perspective on that.
Thank you. Yeah, this is back when I was drawing a lot. I was learning and practicing and trying to lock in and training pretty much every day, the anatomy, perspective. And I was like, I could do a book, I could do a comic, right? And I've always wanted to do comics, and I just never kind of gave myself the chance to do it,
Yeah, for sure. And I did see that this is fully backed right now already, right?
Yeah, less than 2 days. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Were you surprised how quickly it was backed?
I was thinking maybe it could happen in a day, but just the way it happened was perfect, and people are still backing it. I get at least once or two a day. It hasn't been up before a week. I'm like, this is awesome,
Right on.
That's
That's cool. And I know that's for some people, that's there's been, I'm not trying to get into a whole debate about this, but there's been some Kickstarters that, people fund and then they don't make it or whatever. It's kind of, I think it gives people a peace of mind. Hey, this project's already backed. If I like it, we're going ahead.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. And I don't think I could, excuse me, I'm coughing like nuts. I don't think I could ever create something and not have it be close to finish. It's too much pressure.
For sure. Sweet. So I know one thing people with Kickstarters especially really care about are, hey, what kind of tiers are we looking at? Like, what are the rewards here? So do you kind of want to walk us through what the structure is here?
Yeah, so for the featured one is obviously the main book. The digital deluxe, which will have the main pages, it'll have black and white pages, and it'll have like all the concept art I've ever done. So like characters, extra characters, backgrounds from like the past 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then a sticker, you know, just little knick-knack stuff. And then so then I have a basic, just the standard digital, which is that one. With like that's the first cover I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
But I wanted to do another one, right? To like a second edition type of thing.
Okay. Right on. And yeah, $5 if you guys think the story sounds cool or looks good. I mean, that's a very low barrier to entry right there. So
yeah,
and you get some stickers too.
for all the physical versions, you get stickers.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
And the digital deluxe is like what I just said.
Okay. There we go. Nice. And then there's the standard bundle. Okay.
Yeah, and then from there it's like all the merch stuff. So all the posters, all the stickers, t-shirts, it just kind of ranks up higher. And then my last tier, which is a 1 of 1, is like the original drawing of that poster. So just the pencils. I don't know if anyone has gotten that yet.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to twist Edward's arm to do a black and white pencils version because I love his pencils are so clean. It's just beautiful. So
there you go. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, that would be an interesting stretch goal.
There you go. Did have one question come through, and I know it already had an answer in there, but I think it's good in case other people have the same question. Preston asked, is this comic book size or more like a graphic novel?
It'll be like standard comic book size, like dimensionally, but as far as like page size, it'll be 35 pages and 40 pages altogether.
Okay, cool.
So what kind of a thick boy?
It's a little thick. It's a little thick.
Yeah, look at those pencils. Those man, so good, buddy.
Cool. Clean, man.
Thank you.
So this is a total of like off the wall question, but do you have like for some reason I'm reminded like the art style I see in like some of the cover art for like Final Fantasy, that kind of stuff. Do you have an affinity for that type of art, or is it just your personal style you've developed? Or
yeah, I think I've always kind of tried to bridge the gap between like anime and manga and then like traditional American comics, right?
Yeah.
Like this character was hugely inspired by like Jack and Daxter back in the day. I don't know if you remember those.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
So that was kind of like an early hybrid of that idea.
Okay.
So I took from that, like I love, the Final Fantasy stuff and like Akira Toriyama and Studio Ghibli, but also on the other hand, McFarlane, obviously, Jim Lee and all that stuff. So those are kind of my ingredients for, and then I can slide either way in that. I can make stuff more American, I can make stuff more anime, and I can then remix it and do my own thing.
Right on.
With the hybrid the way it is, it kind of reminds me of almost like ElfQuest. Wendy Penny. So
we got a backer that's gonna be coming in here pretty soon. He's on the road right now, but he'll back it later this week. He says that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome, man! Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. I love the other thing about this too. And again, I hope I'm not like coming across as like against certain Kickstarter campaigns, but I like that it's a one shot. Because sometimes you have that thing where it's like, do I buy into the first issue and are the rest going to come out? But here you're getting a standalone story that I guess I'll ask that question. That's kind of the natural extension of that. Even though this is a one shot, do you see a future for this if this is really successful, or is this kind of you'd want to tell different stories down the road if you had another chance to?
That's a good question. So in my mind, like this is like this version of the story, but beyond this, I've definitely written arcs and have other characters and have like a whole world almost fleshed out, you know. But this
Cool.
is more like just this version of it, you know, in
Yeah.
this kind of isolated thing. But yeah, like I would hope to have an opportunity to explore all the stuff that I've written done over time. It's like it'll pretty much be Star Wars meets Lord of the Rings meets Dragon Ball Z if I ever get there. So
Damn, that sounds
Very
cool.
cool.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's a good
Awesome.
mashup.
Yeah. Very cool. So yeah, that's awesome. I know Big B, I've been talking the whole time. I'm sure you got some questions for our guests too. I want to make sure you get a chance to jump in here.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask like some questions about your art. I've had the pleasure of being like on a live stream with you doing your art, and man, you are fast. First off,
thank you, thank you.
this guy is quick, and his anatomy is great. I mean, just doing his drawings are awesome. But are you self-taught, or did you go to school at all for it, or?
Um, I'd say it's about both. I did go to school for animation. It was not a great school, so I'm
Okay,
mostly self-taught. But I have taken live classes and I've taken online classes. Um, but a lot of it came from me kind of just having a natural talent and then realizing that's not good enough. You need skills as well.
right.
So really trying to hone my skills, especially during that time. Like that was in a high skill moment right then.
Yeah.
I'm just bringing up some of Edward's Instagram feed here to show off some of their artwork too.
Yeah,
What you guys were talking
I love doing anatomy stuff, man. It's
Yeah, when we were doing the live stream, you were just busting out the gesture drawing, like anatomy poses of like just a ton. And you do those on your YouTube channel as well, right? You do kind of
yeah, I do.
an
I haven't done it
anatomy
in a
and drawing
minute, John.
classes, right?
I haven't done it in a little bit because I was doing this, but I definitely want to start doing that again. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you guys get a chance to watch him draw, man, he is a sight to see.
Thank you. The funny thing is like my whole thing is like I can do the gesture fine, but when it comes to like a finished thing, it slows down a lot. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot of plan like that. The new cover I did that took like 3 months, dude.
Yeah. Well, the quality is amazing. So
Yeah. And I
Got
was
a couple
doing
few
I was
iterations
doing a
here.
kind of a Drew Struzan, rest in peace, Drew Struzan. He passed the day that I launched. I was like, oh man,
that's too bad.
that sucks. But I was hugely inspired by him. Like I'm trying to grasp that Star Wars epicness, grandness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you have the video with all of the different as you're rendering it there. That's so nice.
Yeah,
It's really cool seeing all the little steps along the way. Like, I mean, it's one thing seeing the pencils and then like the finished, but seeing like the subtle, like, yeah, like the lids flare and like adding in all that stuff. That's really neat.
yeah. You're
Real
seeing
fast.
me
Oh, good.
struggle for 3 months in 60 seconds.
Real fast, I just want to tell everybody, kind of what we're looking at here. If you just joined the show, I know we had some people jump in and jump out. We're talking about a Kickstarter going on right now from this man right here, Edward Lilley. It's called Enoh. There's a link that's up in the chat, also in the description below. And we'll be showing the Kickstarter here again in a minute. We're just kind of checking out some of Edward's art over on his Instagram feed to kind of show off some of like his anatomy and stuff he's talking about right now. But yeah, definitely go check it out. If you think it looks interesting or it sounds cool, which I think it's both. So I'd recommend going and checking it out.
Yeah.
So Edward, you talked a little bit about your inspirations. Like, do you have any other like artist inspirations for your style?
Man, too many to count. I've been up for a long time today. So
Right.
let me think if I can pull some names out of the hat here. But obviously, Jim Lee, obviously Todd McFarlane, Brett Booth, who's amazing. Even the
Underrated,
new
too.
guys like Dan Mora, Jorge Jimenez, I think is like, in my opinion, the best right now. Pepe Larraz, and then all the way going back to like Lion Decker or Alex Ross, Kira Toriyama, Miyazaki, those guys, Type Kubo, who did Bleach. Like I'm trying to pull from everything.
Right. Oh, that's cool. You have a very a broad palette to choose from.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
what I did was with these pages. So last year I released all the pages just to like get the energy flow. I hadn't drawn comics in a long time. I hadn't even done my own art in a long time.
Yeah.
And so, and I was like depressed. I was like, how do we get here? What is life? Right? What am I doing? And so I had
Right.
this book. I had this one book, and I was like, let me just put the pages out there just for myself, just to get the energy flowing. And that led to me being on podcasts and talking to people, and you know what I'm saying? Like, to get from I don't know what to do to like now having a finished Kickstarter has been it's been its own quest. And that's kind of what the book is about, is like trusting your own quest.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, and I
That's
think it's
really
cool too.
cool.
Like, I mean, again, I hope I don't sound too negative on some Kickstarters or whatever, but like, yeah, people here, you're seeing like a lot of the work that's going to be in the book, and you kind of get a judge. Hey, is this something that I think looks cool? And I also just want to say, like, every page is just solid. Nothing looks rushed or anything like that. Like, I really like the overall high bar of quality you set here.
Thank you. It took a little bit.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah, and for those of you like listening on podcasts later on, like, definitely go to the Kickstarter and check it out. It is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which, by the way, I know Awesome Sauce probably wouldn't realize that we were acknowledging him. Awesome Sauce, welcome to the show. We're talking to Edward Lilley, creator of Enoh, which is a Kickstarter going on right now. And we also have another guest in here, OJR. What's up? Hey, nice, OJR. Oh, that's why are the names not appearing as normal? Because I know that's Mr. Science Snake, right?
Yeah, Mr. Science Snake. That's his logo anyway.
Yeah, I'm getting like his ad here. I guess maybe maybe that's like I know there's a bunch of services that are down right now with that.
Are they watching through a different maybe platform? Maybe.
Well, it says YouTube on it.
Yeah.
There was a giant tech outages kind of situation that's been going on the last 24 hours. I'm wondering if that could be connected, or it could just be an unrelated bug. I don't know.
There's
Well,
that.
Either way, I appreciate the back. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the important part. I was just like, wait a minute, I recognize that avatar. That's probably
yeah, right. Right. Yeah,
I'm going to show the Kickstarter again real fast, and then sorry, baby, I didn't mean to interrupt your questions. You feel free to.
Oh no, it's all good. And then were you able to get those pictures I sent you earlier, Bronze, or did they?
Did you post them on the Discord, or are they on my Instagram?
I put them in Discord. And I said I wasn't sure if you wanted me to put them in the community art or not, because we were going to be interviewing him. So
okay, is that where they're at?
Not, that's okay. That's okay.
Are they in community art?
They were shared, but they could be community art. I just figured since we were going to be interviewing him, I didn't want people to see him before we.
You want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what channel to look for, buddy. Okay, there we go.
Oh, they were in the Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's there's a lot there.
Yeah, in the show planning.
Yeah, so you guys have a whole like community. Like, you have a community of comic book artists, creators, and all that kind of stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry I had not shared that link with you until today. I was like, oh, geez, here's a link. I don't have to be asking you for your art all the time. You can post whatever you want in there, and you can actually, promote your commissions and all that other stuff in there too if you want. So
awesome. Yeah, that's the thing I want to do next year is commissions, because it's something, again, I avoided doing. Just not, again, trusting myself.
Yeah.
So looking at Yevgeny go off right now.
I was gonna say,
his mind. He's going.
Dude is
crazy.
going nuts. Yeah, his art is amazing, so it was Edward, myself, Yevgeny, and Nerdy Megs or Nerdy Musings, and we did an art stream. It was super fun.
So yeah, we definitely gotta do that again. We're
gonna do another one. We just gotta get it all where we can all be on. Maybe we're just gonna have to do, be like, whoever can make it, and we're just gonna do a regular thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that was super fun.
for those that have kind of been following along on the show, like we've shown off a lot of community art, especially a lot from Yevgeny. He's posted a lot recently. And then we were showing off Edward Lilley's art. So those guys, that's what we were talking about. You've seen some of that gorgeous art we've been posting recently. So that's kind of all developed kind of out of that stream, right? That's why we started posting all that stuff. And that's where I started following along.
Friends right
really
there.
cool.
I had never met Edward or Yevgeny before that. And thank you to James for hooking us all up.
Yeah.
See, and here's my thing, right? That's what's crazy. Is again, I had to do the lens flares. I had to do a little bit of again, rest in peace, Drew Struzan. I had to pull some of that out.
That's a great piece. I love that.
I love this Ahsoka. Oh my god.
I gotta open up a store. I gotta open up a store to sell some prints.
That's awesome. And then I think is there 3 total? Do I have that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool.
So is this a character from one of your books or?
No, that's from My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay. we're not great anime fans, so
I recognize a couple of characters, but not all of them. I know the ones that
need
are
to get better at it.
Prominent in Fortnite. That's terrible, but it's true. Okay, cool.
That's also that's from Dragon Ball. Ball.
Okay, sweet.
So you can see how I always try to flip my style up, right? So here you have like the anime thing. And then on the other hand, you have like a comic book, like painterly thing.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, you know what? Hydra Asylum had a really great question, so we're gonna have to answer this one. Who did the Ana de Armas art? I know it's a video, but to me, it's art. Let's see, who did do that art? I'm trying to remember who it was. But since you mentioned Ana de Armas, let's check that out. And that's the kind of dumb fun we like to have here.
I was dancing the whole time. I was in it the whole time.
Down there.
I can see him when you guys are seeing the video. He definitely was. I was pleased to see it. Oh, hey, question there. Is the Ahsoka for sale anywhere?
Not yet. So I have to get on my business. I have to get on my business, man.
All right.
It will be. When it is, I'll drop a note in the Discord.
I suppose I should ask that too, because along the same lines, are you open for commissions?
I will be, not at this particular moment, but I definitely.
Well, you got a big comic.
Get in line, folks.
There's a line.
Make sure to follow him on Instagram.
One of my please follow me on Instagram. One of my things is that I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, I've walked away from comics so many times, right? Like when I was a kid, I wanted to do comics. I went to school for animation, right? Then I did like a couple sample pages in school. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do storyboards, right? Then I even made this book and then hesitated on the first release and went on to do other stuff. And I'm like, Ed, you got to stop. You got to start doing what you want to do,
Right.
And just even that, like the series of events that happened has been nuts. Like I met a guy, he wanted me to do a commission. He's like, you want to draw ninjas, bro? I was like, hell yeah. That guy or James, Nerdy Musings, had him on, and totally separately, I saw him and he's like, yo, did you do that ninja poster? I was like, yeah. You want to come on the channel? Yeah. And that's how I met Nerdy Musings. And now I'm talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you see the progression when you just follow what you're meant to do,
Yeah. The connections naturally happen. Yeah.
When things naturally happen, and realistically, that's what the book is about. I had to like live the lesson of the book that I wrote. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Not to take myself too seriously, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's a life lesson of like just learning to trust yourself, man.
couple of people are probably kind of confused by what we do there. I was kind of got to remember to explain it once in a while. So we used to mention Sydney Sweeney on this show. Like it was like this crazy thing because she was in Madam Web, and then there were rumors about her being cast as like every superhero and under the sun for Marvel movies or whatever. And so we just mentioned her all the time. So eventually we did a Sydney Sweeney like sizzle reel where it's just like a, kind of a joke. Anytime somebody mentions her name for the first time, we'd play it. And then Sydney Sweeney did some weird stuff and some weird things happened. And we decided to try changing it up to a different actress. And so we chose Ana de Armas because they were in a movie together. And I don't know, Ballerina had just come out. So that's kind of what we did with that one too. I'm going to be changing those up eventually, maybe kind of shortening them because they're a little long. And then probably throw in a couple other, kind of fun things we mention all the time and make little things for that. It's just, I got to find the time to make all those. But yeah, if anybody confused about that, that's what we do.
Man, it takes time to make content, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And then Preston had a really good point here. So, I mentioned we're streaming on the EXP is one of the channels we're streaming on, and they do a ton of different types of stuff from news content to claim sales and original art. And they also do custom cover art sales as part of that Dynamic Forces shows they do. And so Preston here is like saying, hey, we should get Edward involved in that. And so you're hearing it from one of the guys who works over there right now. They're gonna get in touch and see what the process is. If you're interested in something like that, that's some pretty cool stuff.
Is it drawing cool stuff? As long as I get, that's all I matter.
You draw what you want to draw. You get to draw.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good way to get some exposure, and I'm sure make a good bit too as well.
That they're linked to Dynamite Comics. So, I mean, hey, there's that.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
What's up, Confused Table Cat? How's it going? We hope that your confusion is not too extreme. And for those that are wondering, what we're talking about, I know again people jump in and out of live shows. I'm going to bring this up, make sure we talk about this, at least show off the Kickstarter here one more time. This is our guest tonight is Edward Lilley. This is his Kickstarter for his comic book personal tale called Enoh, the Desert King. It's launched right now. It's actually fully funded. So you don't have any worries to go on whether or not it's going to fund. You can just go back it if you want to. There's a lot of great tiers, starting from a $5 digital tier where you can just get a copy of the comic digitally to read if you just want to check it out. Or you can go and get all the better tiers too and get, physical goods with that as well. So definitely go check out the Kickstarter. There's a link in the description below, and it's been pasted into the chat a couple of times as well.
Jay, can you throw that in chat one more time?
I'd appreciate it, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah,
24 days left to go on the project. You said you've already got fully funded in less than a week here. So what are you thinking about, like the future of this campaign? Like any other promotional type stuff you're going to be trying to do for it, or any other things that you're thinking about now that you've seen it's fully funded?
Honestly, I was just kind of going with it, man. Like I'll definitely put together some ads, but like this is my first one, so I didn't know what to expect at all, and so the fact that it's funded, I'm like, holy crap, what do I do now? But I think I'll definitely just keep on making videos, keep on doing things like this, see if I can get on more casts, just talking about it, because it's like just get as much exposure to it as possible. I'll make ads, you'll probably see an ad pop up on Instagram at some point, but just just keep on hustling, man. Is really all I could do. And I was like, oh man, let me make some stretch goals before it gets to 1,500. And then it got to 1,500. I was like, oh man, this is crazy, dude. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed, dude.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
That's super awesome.
So glad it's been successful for you.
Yeah, we'll have to hook him up with Katie at some point and get her to promote him.
Yeah. She has a lot of
Kickstarter queen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll talk to whoever, man. Like, I'm good to go. And what's funny is, again, like it's such a crazy thing. Like where I was last year to where I am now is insane, dude.
I have a couple other questions coming through here. First off, from Confused Table Cat, if you buy a physical copy, do you sign it, Edward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is that so where you just like leave a note on the backer page or whatever for the reward?
Say that again?
Would they just need to like leave a note on the checkout process for that or something?
I would sign all of them.
Okay.
All of them
There you
are gonna
go.
be
There
signed,
you go.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool. Sweet.
That's cool. So,
This
so
really
I have
needs some second opinions. I mean, you know, hey, we're here just talking about it and showing it off, man.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely go check it out. And then Richard wants to know, if your comic was turned into a live action movie, who would you cast as the leading lady, and why would you choose Sydney Sweeney?
Well, I don't know if I would choose Sydney. I think I would choose Ana de Armas.
Ah, there we go.
Oh
there we go.
no! See, Richard was going to back you. Now he may not.
He's just obsessed. Pick Tom Holland for all. There we go. I like
Pick
that.
Tom Holland for all.
Awesome.
He's like the bass player for every like the custom player. When you just hit X and don't bother customizing at all, it's Tom Holland.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Nice. That's funny.
He said, "Boo."
Yeah, he's mad we won't play the Sydney Sweeney one right now, but we will. It'll come back. Don't worry.
it's coming back. You're bringing it back.
Speaking of coming back, so Edward, we're probably gonna start talking about some of the news that we had happen this week here in a second. But at some point, you know, I mean, future projects, or you know, maybe near the end of this one, or some of the charity stuff we do, should we invite you back on and get you back on here? I mean, you're a very talented artist. We'd love to see more of you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I got to do more of these anyway. So anytime I know for, excuse me, I'm like,
Oh, you're good.
I've
What's
had this
going around?
cough for like a month.
Yeah, same here.
Crazy. I know next year, like all I want to do is just draw comics.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
that's all I want to do. Now that this is kind of, I've like released this out into the wild and don't have to think about it anymore. I was just, you know, a couple months to like refresh myself, and then I just want to draw pages, man. So look forward to like this time next year. I should have a lot more content.
Yeah,
Well, I gotta say, you've been
more comments
encouraging
about
me,
the Ahsoka there, by the way.
yeah, you can
need to-
probably, you know, you could do prints of that stuff too. I'm sure, and
Yeah,
not,
for
not
sure.
just sell the original one. You could do a lot of prints and sell them. I'm sure make a nice little bundle.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I definitely need to get my business up and running, and that's kind of what this whole process is about. I said, let me just start with this and take it from there. So
You get those
gotta
prints,
get that Ahsoka.
get your book ready to go, and then you have a little table at the little shows all around, and build
You know
it,
what I
get
mean?
bigger and bigger and bigger.
There you go.
Well,
So
dude,
I did have a quick question for you. So you're doing the printing. Are you finding you can print a custom number of books that you want to, or is there like a minimum number you've got to get to that where your stretch goals came from, or where your goals came from on Kickstarter? Or
I could print as many or as little as I want to.
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
I know.
and my thing is, I just wanted to have extra books because people would always ask me, "Hey, you got a book?" I'm like, "I have it digitally," and they're like, "No, I want the book." So this is part of that. So I'll always at least have books available, and maybe another 5 years from now, I'll launch it again, do a third edition.
Yeah, well, you can have them like you're saying, if you're doing a show or whatever, you've got the books you put on the table with your prints and everything else. And I know I'm sure this is super encouraging to all the other people that we have that follow us to do art and stuff for the community. So it's awesome to hear your progress.
No, I appreciate you inviting me.
Trusted the universe to kind of guide you on the way here.
Man, it's been a journey. Like I'll spoil it. I'll spoil like the last page. And the last page, it says, I don't know where the path leads, but I know I'm on the journey to get there, or something like that. So that's kind of what I feel like right now.
That's cool. I like it. Wise words.
Yeah.
Wise words.
I did have one other question come through from the chat here. I think that's a really fun question. Preston asked, is there a particular type of comic or character that you'd like to draw?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what I'd love to do is like if I could do like some OG Star Wars.
No, there you go.
I'd love to do some OG Star Wars, draw some Luke and all those guys. Or even like a Red Sonja, like do some like badass hack and slash. TNA
Yeah.
stuff. That'd be cool.
Well, hey, that's up Dynamite, Sally.
You know what I'm saying?
That's some music to my ears right there, man. Both of those things. First of all, I hadn't seen that Ahsoka you'd done before, and I literally just pulled it up on the show as I was pulling it up, and I was like, "Whoa, that's really awesome!" Like, so I'm all down for more lightsabers or Star Wars. And Red Sonja, yeah, I love some good Red Sonja art. Like, hard to go wrong with a badass character like that.
Did I give you my Red Sonja sketch one of those times?
I'm not sure. I know
I'll
you
make
gave us a few picks, but yeah.
I'll make sure to put it in the Discord for you guys. I did one.
Yeah, that would be
like
awesome.
last year.
Yeah. If you want to do it while we're talking and stuff, you can feel free to jump in the Discord and pop it in there, and then it will be shown tonight when we go through the art. So
yeah. At the end of the show, we go through all the community art, everything that's in that channel. We go through everything that's been posted since the last show. So, yeah, that's awesome, man. So I guess I'll kind of give everybody the spiel one more time about your book. But is there anything else coming up that you need to promote or anything like that you'd like to talk about before we turn it over to our next segment?
Fellas, I think this is it.
Sure.
This is all my tired brain can handle at the moment.
Yeah. For we're over here on the West Coast, like the Best Coast Comics name implies. Edward's over there on the East Coast, which some of you are as well, but he's also been up for a very long time. So we appreciate him staying up late to come on here. The book is Enoh, the Desert King. It is from Edward Lilley. First comic book launch. It's fully funded in 2 days. Posting the link into the chat right now. So it's a fully funded book. It's a one shot, so you don't have to worry about I'm only the first part of the story and not get the rest of it. You're getting the complete thing. Lots of different tiers to choose from here. You got about 24 days, I think is what I said. 24 days left to back the campaign. But go back it right now if you're interested, or on payday or whatever you can do. And I'm sure Edward would love to see the support, and we'd love to see a comic book like this succeed. Always really cool to see a creator launch their first comic book and have it be really successful like that. So that's just awesome, man.
Super awesome. Thanks for having me, guys. This has been super great. I can't wait to come back where I'm a little bit more refreshed and not coughing my keister off.
Oh man, you're all good. You're all good. Yeah, absolutely, Edward. Thank you so much for coming by and stopping by and sharing the wonderful story about your book. And best of luck to you on the rest of the campaign, man.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right, man. See you later.
Deuces.
Get some rest. Feel better.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. Well, that was a really fun conversation. That looks like a great book. Looks like we got some people that are already excited about it in here. If I can talk correctly. Apparently I've been up for a really long time too.
We didn't get a lot of sleep this weekend, so
no, we didn't. I guess we should just start with that before we talk about news, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So this weekend, we mentioned it on social and kind of leading up to it. We had the Frankenstein comic swap in Portland, Oregon. It's a 1 day only show. It happens twice a year though. It happens usually in October and March. And I vended at it for the first time, my first time ever vending at a physical location for comic books. And I did that last March, and I shared the booth with Dan's X-Men Comics and Qwerty like the keyboard, Qwerty Comics, who works at Excalibur Comics in Portland, which is a huge shop with tons of inventory. It was a pretty good experience. Maybe it wasn't like the best retail experience for me. Like I wasn't making a lot of sales or whatever. But this weekend, I partnered with Big B, and we added an extra table, and we kind of configured a little bit differently. We still partnered with Dan and Qwerty. His name is Sean. We partnered with both those guys as well. But it was kind of like it felt more like we had our own space instead of like sharing space, really.
Right. Yeah. We decided that we were going to collaborate on our sales process and how we were selling the books, since we had the same signage and everything else for our stuff. And it was nice. I had a really good time.
It was really cool. And I mean, so the reason we're kind of mentioning this is we are going to do, after this show, we record our supposedly we had a bit of a hiccup last week. But we're going to record our weekly uploaded video content where we're going to talk about the full experience, kind of lessons learned, kind of the fun of it, purchases and trades we did make, because we did make a couple of those, that kind of stuff. But I did want to point out we ran into a bunch of great people. We ran into Comics with Bueller, Travis, Sleepy Reader 666, Comics Limited, Forager Comics, just a lot of people from the community. I ran into one of my old high school and middle school friends, which was really weird. Like, I did not expect that.
Right.
Actually kind of doing some art out there and trying to make some art, and he's still reading comic books, which was really cool to see. That doesn't always happen. It was just a lot of fun, and more importantly, I know this is a sentiment we both shared. We got to spend some time with each other, and it was fun. There was no negative stuff, no stress. It was just
it was really good. I feel like I don't get to spend enough time with you, so it was just, I was smiling ear to ear the entire time. It was a good time. So, which
is unusual, because usually people say they spend too much time with me. So that's a first. I don't hear that very often. And I just wanted to say, shout out to everybody we ran into. And that was just some of the people. I'm sure I'm forgetting some names of some people I know, but I also saw a lot of viewers and a lot of fans. I mean, at this show, which makes sense, it's kind of in our stomping ground or whatever, but I get recognized or whatever at this show, and people coming up and be like, "Oh, I'm a fan," or I'll walk up to like this happened. This is a little teaser. I bought a bunch of really cool books with Big B's help. Walked up to a table, and the first words out of his mouth were, "Hey, by the way, I'm a really big fan of your show." I was like, "No, that's so nice. That's so awesome." And proceeded to be like one of the highlights of the show after that. So that was really fun. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Weird-Dopes? How's it going?
Hey.
And
shout out Scott PDX.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. And I didn't know he was going to have a table there. That's really cool.
Another artist in our community art section. He had a little booth there, and it was great to see him there. Wish I had more time to talk to him. Also, shout out to our buddy Dr. Plegas. Last minute sticker drop for me. Amazing dude. So.
Oh, I don't have do you have one of the stickers handy, the new design?
Yeah.
Sweet. Because I don't have my water bottle with me where I put it. So. Oh, whoops, wrong format here. It's a little bit closer. There we go.
Oops. There we go.
BMF.
Big B McFly.
Oh, I thought it stood for bad. Oh, wait. That's awesome. That's from that was from like a takeover you did where you took over Lunch Money Comics channel or whatever.
Lunch Money took over my channel. He had a video that he had shot, and he didn't have a spot where he could put it on his channel. He's like, "Hey," it was where you and I and he were all at Portland, Rose City Comic Con, and so he said, "Hey, would you do me a favor and post this?" And so, but he's hosting it, so I had this whole thing where the pirate Lunch Money Comics came and took over my channel. So
it's awesome. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that, Comic Tropes. There was some fun under the table stuff that did happen. But that you'll have to tune in for our other show to find out the detail. By the way, I highlighted your comment earlier, Chris, when you came into the show, but it was in the middle of us not killing our guests, which is really important. I just want to say officially hello, and also to Eddie. I don't think I mentioned you earlier when I saw a comment from you, but thanks for being in here.
I'm gonna keep you accountable to something you said earlier. You highlighted Richard's comment about the show, and you said you talked about it in the segment.
It's true. So. Yeah, I guess we should cover that. So to thank you for reminding me. So the verdict on fanny packs, are fanny packs back in fashion? No, I should explain real fast where this comes from. So our esteemed booth buddy, I guess that's the way I'll say it.
Booth buddy
is, yeah, I don't know. Dan's X-Men Comics. Actually, here's the easiest way for me to kind of tell a picture is worth 1,000 words, right?
Yeah, you just show the picture.
I'll pull this up on my Instagram and share that screen. So this is a photo that we took at the end of the show. We kind of already had taken down the wall behind us, and I know Dan and Sean were getting ready to leave. So that's Sean on the left. That's some big dumb bearded guy next to him. That's Dan's X-Men Comics, and then there's Big B. As you may notice, I know Richard did. Dan's wearing a fanny pack, and literally, Richard's comment is fanny pack. To which I said they're back, and he said, "Says who?" And I said, "I don't know, the fashion police." He said, Dan jumps in and said, "I got everything I need right here." And then Richard said it's probably because he's jealous because he decided to pick on him.
We got to point out he's wearing a Pong shirt too. I mean, come on.
You do got to point that out. You got to point out that you're wearing your own shirt, which is like, baller move right there. You're like, hey, I'm Big B McFly.
It's me.
And I'm wearing a Red Guardian shirt because I feel like I'm vaguely gonna kind of try to pretend like I'm him for Halloween.
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly, Metal Elf. I'm glad you get it. Right. So I guess we got to officially weigh in on fanny packs. Chat, I'm unable to easily do the poll because I'd have to go into the other YouTube page, and I don't have the attention span to do that right now. But if you want to let us know what you think about fanny packs, you got to let us know. Metal Elf says fanny pack fandom never completely died. I had a fanny pack in the late 80s. I think the buckle broke, and that was probably the end of that. What about you? Are you pro fanny pack, Big B?
And I've never owned a fanny pack. I'm sorry.
That's one hell of a way to show me up and say you're cooler than I am. No,
no.
I think
it's one hell of a way to say I'm a big fat guy, and they probably didn't have one that was big enough to go around my waist.
I mean, I'm wearing a fanny pack. It's just not something that I can put any extra material in. It's already storing everything that it can store.
So yeah, if you were listen on the rewind, weigh in the comments about fanny packs. There we go.
yeah. I'm probably gonna go and say that I think the sling backpack is superior to the fanny pack. That's the
shoulder bag.
Yeah, the MERS, whatever you want to call it.
The Indiana Jones pouch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, like the messenger bag or the satchel
bag. There we go. Yeah.
That can almost be classy.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's fun. So we have a couple news stories. We definitely should talk about those real fast before we swing through.
Fashion. Here we go.
Before we swing through, and honestly, the reason that I'm gonna move these relatively quickly. I think we all are, because I'm not saying that there's no comic book news that happened, but we were busy this weekend, and I also I don't know, the thumbs down on the fanny packs. Okay, all right, that's fair. There's not I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of major news that needed to be covered in super depth. I'm sure that Chris just came back, Comic Tropes, from NYCC. I didn't catch his show earlier because I was too busy doing a bunch of other stuff, running errands. But he probably went over that stuff. And if you want to get caught up on all the NYCC news, he does a show on his second channel, Comic Tropes After Dark. Just going to give him a free plug to go check that out. If you want to go see some extra news coverage, he does a great job.
Some of the quotes.
Ooh, fanny pack that shows Sydney as Power Girl. Now we're talking. Satchel over MERS. Okay. Yeah, fanny pack if you wear it like a bandolier. That's kind of what I'm talking about.
Right.
Well, that's a rumor. It's a rumor right
Chris. Now. Tropes.
Okay, see, look, he even backs us up. That was a slow week. But I think he did a kind of a fun. I need to get caught up on his channel. I think he did kind of a fun live show last week that I wanted to go check out, because he was in New York doing a whole bunch of things, including being at NYCC.
He did a good show after he got back too, where he was going over all the stuff he picked up and people he met, and
nice,
all the fun things he did. So yeah, definitely got some stuff on there. We'll pimp Tropes channel.
Sure. So this is the end of the news story that I led with. Humanoids filing for bankruptcy. This comes to us from ICV2, which is a great website if you're especially on the industry side of things. They tend to cover a lot of nuts and bolts and retailer specific stuff. But the holding companies that operate graphic novel publisher Humanoids in the U.S. have filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in Delaware. They're headed for liquidation. The filing, dated October 13th, lists assets of $50,000 or less and liabilities of 10 to 50 million, which is, I guess we can see why they're filing for bankruptcy. That's a huge discrepancy. The filing was incomplete. The holding companies that operated Humanoids were owned about 80% by Humanoids holding Sarl, the French parent, and 20% by Primer Entertainment, which acquired a stake in 2019. So yeah, the Inkle is, or the Inkal, I don't know how you pronounce it exactly, which was in development with Taika Waititi, was kind of a thing that they had going on. A lot of news and reaction I saw this was I didn't even know that was a company, and not, I don't mean that like in a diss way, but I saw a lot of people saying that. I will be honest, like the first thing I thought of when I saw Humanoids was Herculoids, and yeah. Oh, they might, a lot of people have published heavy metal because the rights got all funky.
Yeah, they did heavy metal. That's what Metal
Okay.
Hurlant is.
There we go.
Heavy metal.
So that does make sense. Yeah, their rights got super funky with that after was it Whatnot? I think that was doing that in-house for a while or something, bringing it back. I think it was them.
And they had a big Kickstarter for a bunch of like
yeah,
a lot of the older stuff, like that had what's his name? The most famous artist who did a Silver Surfer. I can't even think of his name right now. Somebody will say it in the chat. I'm drawing a blank.
I'm too busy reading like 3 other things. This is a great note from Comic Tropes. This is chapter 7, bankruptcy. Yes, absolutely. It's important to point out that means liquidation. But I'm not going to pronounce this correctly in French at all. But Les Humanoids in France is in bankruptcy too, trying to stay afloat.
Les Humanoids.
Mobius, is that what you're thinking of?
Yep, that's who it was.
Yeah. Coming through clutch as usual.
I just put the little pieces out there and they can figure out what fragments are in my head.
That's usually I normally have like a really good memory for like actors, directors, that kind of stuff. But of course, whenever I'm on stream trying to talk about it, I can never remember it.
You pull up little pieces, right? And it's like, yeah, that guy, he was in this, and you might remember him from that.
What this was one thing.
Yeah.
The other one I want to talk about, and it's honestly the biggest reason I want to talk about this story, is kind of just timing, because we're in spooky season, which probably is why this news story is coming out. This is about, by the way, there was some controversy about this article's title. I mean, it's from CBR, so like probably created by some sort of AI. I just assume. That's me just kind of saying that I don't know about a lot of the articles that come from CBR these days. But anyways, no disrespect to John Dodge. I should have not said that probably. But the greatest vampire comic of all time is revisiting the story that started it all. Like I said, on my Discord server, people were kind of commenting on that. Really the greatest. But the new story coming out is 30 Days a Night, Falling Sun, #1, by Rodney Barnes, Steve Niles, Chris Shahan, Zenon Honchar, and Alex Ray. And it's from IDW Publishing. It's basically the story where, this is the part I kind of liked about it. It's been long enough since the Barrow incident that some people don't even really think it happened, and some people are still like traumatized by it. So there's kind of like, kind of like we see in real life. It's almost like some people say really horrible events were like false flags, and some people say, it's a conspiracy, and some people say that was just a hoax, and some people lived through it and know what's happening, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of sounds interesting to me from that front. Yeah, so I think this looks pretty interesting. I was trying to remember the release date on this one. Sorry, 1 second here. Oh, hey, actually, I should mention this too real fast while I'm scrolling. There's variant covers coming from Damian Worm, Malachi Ward, Cameron Johnson, and a friend of Comic Tropes and co-host on a Trash Movie Bonanza show he does with him, Jim Mahfood, who I absolutely always love Jim Mahfood's art. So yeah, that's great. This is
30 Days a Night kicked off that art style in horror comics for a while that really dominated horror comics, and after a while it grated on me.
Yeah, written by Rodney Barnes is pretty exciting as well. So apparently it's on sale now. I'm sorry if I missed that. I guess the release date was Wednesday. No, wait, October 19th. Oh, that's the movie. Why am I looking at the movie? Anyways, I guess because that's what they're showing down here. But it's on sale now.
Okay.
So you can go check it out at local comic book shops, most likely, or possibly IDW's website. I'm not really sure what the state of their buying comics from there is these days. But I really enjoyed 30 Days a Night. I know it ended up on, we talked about on Devil's Advocates back when I was doing a show during this time slot with producer Kyle from the EXP. It made my list of one of my favorite horror comics. I think it was just such a great idea, such a great concept.
Good book, and like I said, very unique when it first came out. But there's so many people who tried to ape that style. But after a while, I was like,
yeah,
move on.
100%. 100%. Yeah, the funny thing is, I will admit that I tried to go much deeper into the 30 Days a Night comics, and I don't really recall much of it. I wonder how far I made it, because the original stuff I loved, and then I know there was a lot of extra series that came out, and I don't know how far along I fell. It's probably time to revisit. Maybe an idea for one of our reread series that we have another entry coming out for soon.
I know I have a stack of 30 Days a Night that you could sink your teeth into.
Sink my fangs into. So with the time and everything, I think these other stories, I'll be honest, they're kind of boring. So I'm going to switch over in a second here to talking about our community art. But before I do that, I do want to make sure I give Bigby a chance. Is there anything else that you want to make sure we cover on the live show that's, stuff you've been up to, or anything, that kind of thing that has to get mentioned? Or
no, everything's been talked about.
Sweet.
Yeah,
sweet.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, well, hey, same here. We're happy to have everybody joining us. We really love that. Just trying to find the beginning of this. Okay, and then real fast, we're going to talk about some community artwork.
Sent from you to us, it's art for all. At Best Coast Comics, we answer the call. Fans and creators, bold and smart. Join the line for Comic
Wait. Was there actually a second movie that you're just trying to pretend didn't exist, Jay? Or
is there a fan movie or something? I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I think the general consensus, though, to me, is that the right people can pull it off, and I think Dan's one of those guys.
I mean, Sydney Sweeney can pull it off,
but I mean, she's already got a fanny pack. She doesn't need two. But yeah, I guess that. Speaking of which, I'm just going to shout out. If you're a man of culture, I'll just say that, or a woman of culture, shout out, respect. You may want to check out Sabrina Carpenter's appearances on Saturday Night Live. Might be worth checking out. Oh my gosh, Chris, I missed your super chat. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I think chat.
He did have a super chat. He asked if
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Oh, ever encounter something you can't explain? I mean, why people find me so irresistible, I guess, is something that I would say I can't explain that. I'm so sorry about missing your super chat. I feel awful. I can't explain why I missed that, Chris. How about you, Bigby? Ever encounter something that you couldn't explain? Strange bumps in the night? That kind of stuff?
Well, I've always been, I've had a lot of friends and family that have had a lot of paranormal or Bigfoot type stuff. That
same.
We had a lot of fun talking to Frank Cho up there at SummerCon because he's so obsessed with that. So
yeah, I spent my entire panel interviewing Frank Cho, knowing that about halfway through, I was going to hard pivot away from art questions and start asking him about paranormal stuff, because he was like, I don't want to talk about art. I want to talk about like Bigfoot and shit. It's like, okay,
he wanted to hear from the crowd, like what they'd seen and what they'd heard, and then he had some great stories too. He had a great ghost story about his current home that he lives in. So
yeah. I wish we would have been able to record that and share that. By the way, this is total off-air conversation, but I'm excited about it. I did pick up some portable mics
Oh, cool. There we
So
go. That would be great.
we should be able to
Leprechaun,
solve
here we
that problem.
come. There we go.
I've never seen a cryptid or anything like that. I'm I told those stories a little bit at the summer con in Washington, up in Puyallup, Washington. I've had some family members encounter something that they won't say it was Bigfoot, but they won't say it wasn't Bigfoot, but it scared the crap out of them. And we're talking about people that I know personally are not into that kind of thing, like they're not predispositioned.
Yeah.
And a UFO story too. I guess I've encountered that, but nothing for me personally.
Yeah. I have friends and family that have had some convincing paranormal ghost stories, Bigfoot stories.
Yeah.
Actually, Son of Crom has a really good one.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's driving down the highway in the middle of the night, taking his family on this cross country trip, trying to move. And like he said, at one point he saw this white thing following behind the car and getting closer and closer. And he's like looking down, and he said he's going like 40, 50 miles an hour, and it's getting closer. And it's this weird whitish colored man in tattered clothing was running up alongside the car. And he's like, okay, I'm obviously hallucinating. And he sped up and took off. And then he told somebody else about it, and they were like, oh, you saw the chicken man. And it's like some cryptid thing from their area of the States.
Interesting.
He was like, I saw the what?
As soon as you said that, I thought of Better Call Saul. Because they call Gus Fring, the cartel calls him the Chicken Man or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's a deep cut. Yeah, I think. My dad had a story kind of somewhat similar to that about a freaky woman he saw out in the woods, and yeah, we'll do like a story about that.
We should do. I ran into ninjas in the woods when I was in my teen years.
Naturally,
they were out training in the woods, and as soon as they saw that I saw them, they disappeared.
Comic Trip shows out a comic book that he read this past week. They thought was pretty good. Hectoplasm, Hunt the Bigfoot. It's set in the Pacific Northwest. It's funny and cool. I love the recommendation. Awesome. Is it kind of spooky-ish for like Halloween, or is it more just funny and cool? The Man Who Killed Bigfoot and Hitler is a movie that came to mind as soon as I read that title for some reason. I don't know why.
The Man Who Killed Hitler and also killed Bigfoot.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Sorry, it's a very convoluted title. It's hard to remember that.
Yeah.
But
there's a great Richard Corbin Bigfoot book that came out years ago. That's really good. Very gory, but really good.
Okay. A little spooky. Okay, so it might be good for spooky season. That's awesome. Well, anyways, I played the community art teaser or stinger, I should say, and definitely want to make sure I show off some of this amazing community art because, dude, how awesome is that?
That's awesome.
Erwin Papa coming in with some Apocalypse. I really like it. I've discovered what my favorite thing is, that when Erwin draws, and it's what I call, I know this is a really original title, big dudes. He draws big dudes really well. Bulky characters, in other words.
You know, Bane and
No, yeah, he does a great job on that. So that's fantastic. And then he posted this too. Some sketch cards he did.
Sketch cards,
really cool.
So is that
Rogue
Storm? Like he posted, said that was.
Oh, that's right, because of the hair. Yeah, good call.
And then Juggernaut.
Yeah, I love the teeth on Juggernaut there.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, here's some more. I'm guessing that's Psylocke. It looks more like Jean Grey is like
Betsy Braddock, though. That's got that mask thing she gets when
Sabretooth, obviously. That's awesome. Oh, they got some close-ups
of her. Yes,
that's cool. Nice.
That looks that rogue looks very Arthur Adamsy.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see that. Yeah.
So good.
Good call. Erwin, thanks for sharing, man. That's great. Headless Hammerhead did a sketch cover of Spawn here. That's pretty cool too.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the little the cape. Almost like Batman ears, but they're the cape. That's cool.
Right.
Ooh, this Bigby guy. This is cool. I remember I was really impressed when I saw this. So I'll let you tell the story, of course, but this is Bigby's original pencils here. which we've shown. I think we've shown before.
Yeah.
And then why don't you talk about this, Big B?
So someone had inked and colored another community art member that we have. I'm gonna blank on his name. That Cyclops piece that you like so much. Anyway,
I forgot the name too.
Yeah. But anyway, I said all right, hey, are you interested in inking and coloring other people's stuff? And he said he had said that in the post, and so I offered, and he said, yeah, I'd love to. And I said, he said, I'm not really familiar with your stuff. And he's like, oh my God, I want this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I sent him a bunch of pieces, and that was the first one. And man, he got that thing inked in like 2 hours. It was done.
Dude, really?
Yeah, it was done.
That's
I sent it to him, and in like 2 hours, it was done.
Wow. I mean, he did, like, my favorite thing about it, and Chris, actually, Comic Tropes, taught me a lot about this, kind of when he talks about inkers, kind of like how they can bring out or modify the artwork. But he really stayed true to your pencils there.
Yeah, he did a really good job. I like it a lot.
That's very cool.
Good work. And that is
Burke Artworks.
Liam Burke. Yeah. Burke.
Yeah.
Artwork.
Liam Burke. Burke _artworks on IG. By the way, folks, I should have mentioned this when I started clicking on all these. This is from my Discord server. It's the Bronze Age Nerd Discord server. Big V is a big part of it as well. This is our community art channel over here. It's all free. There's no paid thing. As long as you're on Discord already, or if you want to create an account, there's no gotchas or anything like that. But we did share out the Discord server to some of the artists we've been posting recently, like Edward Lilley, who was our guest earlier, and Yevgeny Sokolov, who's actually in here now too. And they're talking about some of their art and sharing. And then Big B posted this beast, which is really cool, from Yevgeny.
Yeah, so
That's
good.
Awesome.
One of his commissions, which Yevgeny wanted me to mention. He had opened up like 3 spots, I think, for October for commissions. So if you're interested, hit him up.
Yeah. Highly worth it. And then this is the other Liam Burke. So this is the original pencils that Big B did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Man-Thing versus Predator. And then this is the inked, right?
That's his inks. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then the next one's the color, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. The color. He did amazing with the color.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm impressed. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. All 3 stages.
I hit him up. I go, I was kind of trying to break the 4th wall with that, where it broke when I went outside the cover space. And he's like, oh, maybe I'll do like, I'm like, maybe I'll do just colors with no inks outside that space. So it's kind of a transition. I'm like, that'd be cool to see how that.
That's neat. I like that idea. That's a cover. You can't convince me otherwise. Agreed. Yeah, that's cool. So there's his IG, what that's gonna look like, Burke _artworks. And then Bleeker coming in with the is that Twisted Metal?
Twisted Metal, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot the clown's name.
Somebody will get it. I don't know. He's tries the ice cream.
His name's probably Twisted Metal. I thought he has a different name. Sweet Tooth.
There we go.
Thank you. That's awesome. Very appropriate for the spooky season. We got Metal Elf posted. Birthday card envelope for a friend. Nice. Hulk friend. Yes, I see it. Absolutely. Very cool.
Hey, thank you guys in the comments for the nice things about the art.
Oh, you deserve it, brother. You definitely are underrated in this community as an artist, I think, is what I'll say. That's cool.
Very cool. Love me some Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Good work, man.
Same. Nice.
Very cool.
Love it. I love this is so much, like, it's so fun seeing people post their own artwork in here now instead of like, it's still great, by the way, if you guys want to hit us up, but it's cool, like, just seeing it appear, right?
Right, because if we don't, yeah, we get surprised by it instead of being the ones that are posting it ourselves. So
yeah.
It's like,
Absolutely. That's very cool. Oh, and then we got one right here. Here we go. Edward Lilley brought it. Oh man,
so good,
dude. That's great.
Yeah. He's gonna make a killing on commissions when he starts doing them.
Wow. Between that and the Ahsoka, man, that's definitely barking up my tree for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Preston was right, Jay.
Yeah.
There we go. Preston came in right after that.
Yeah.
So hey,
I
thanks
agree.
for
Dynamite,
sharing
hit
that
him
with
up.
me.
You make it a cover.
I'll actually do this right now for people because it is in the description, but I know sometimes people it's an extra click. I get it. There's a current invite to the Discord server. It'll actually take you right to the community art screen, I believe. And then you can go anywhere else on the Discord server you want. You guys can post, like the news stories that I didn't cover. It's kind of taking a while to load because I'm streaming right now. But those news stories are in here. You can always go post that stuff up if you have a scoop you want to share with us, that kind of stuff. We'd love to see it. Or if you just want to keep up with what's going on or all the updates or ask questions. One of my favorite sections in my Discord server is the no dumb questions, where people are just looking for reading recommendations, or they're like, how do you store your comics? Or, the whole point is you can ask whatever you want with no judgment. And if anybody does judge you, I'll yell at them. So, but absolutely love to see it. So go share your artwork there, or you can send it to Big B, send it to myself, and we'll share your community artwork here. We'd love to show it off on the show. Nice. That's awesome, Jay. So we're gonna probably take off here, and we'll have another great show coming out next week. And then between now and then, if you stay tuned, we are gonna have a show talking about our experience being vendors at a show. Bigby's very experienced and has done that before. This is only my second time doing it, but it's our first experience doing it together, obviously. And it was a fun experience that we would love to share some of and talk about a little bit more. And then if you guys have topics or suggestions that you'd like us to cover for future episodes of that show, it's kind of like anything goes. We can talk about comic storage, we can talk about comic pricing, we can talk about collecting, we can talk about investing, we can talk about history of artists, writers, creators, our favorite reads, all kinds of stuff. If you have suggestions for that, whatever you want us to talk about, we'd love to hear about it. You can either comment now in the live stream or down below in the comment section. If you're watching this on the rewind, we appreciate you. As I did mention at the top of the show, we are streaming on Big B McFly's channel. That link is in the description. We're streaming on Bronze Age Nerds channel. That's me. And we're also streaming over on the EXP on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. I did remember them all.
I do have one thing I wanted to.
Oh yeah, please do.
So if you are an artist and you want to do inking and coloring, I would more than welcome you to hit me up, and I'll send you some stuff and you can ink and color on my pieces. Some people are like, oh, I wanted to do that one. I'm like, I would love to see the same piece inked and colored by the different people.
Yeah.
So, see how they look.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. And if people are just looking for some practice, or they want to kind of get some exposure or whatever, there you go.
Yeah, just look at my Instagram, and if there's a piece that I did that you like, just let me know and I'll send you a file so you can do it. And then if you do the inking and coloring, you have my permission, and we share, then you have my permission to make prints and sell them or do whatever with them. And as long as I can, as long as you give me my credit for my art, and I give you your credit for your colors and inks. So
there you go. Jay's recommendation was, how about something for spooky season, like a horror show? Yeah, that'd be a good idea. We should definitely work on something like that. I think we had some ideas along those lines. Love to see it. Keep them coming, everybody. And then, we'll see you next week on the show, Best Coast Comics, next week, Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific, or later on the East Coast. But hey, that's why we're Best Coast Comics, because we're over here on the West Coast and we like the late night over here. And we know some of you stay up late. Ooh, that's a cool one, Preston. I like that. Forgotten characters. That's kind of along the lines of something we had talked about. Yep. There you go.
You want to see what's in that? You'll have to watch the show.
Yeah. Nice teaser. I love it. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate our guest being here earlier. That was Edward Lilley. His Kickstarter is live right now. Check the description if you want to go check it out. And we appreciate all of you being here, commenting along, being interactive parts of this chat, your super chats. Thank you, Chris. All the people that jumped in. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you next week in the next one.